Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. And last week I talked about winning trade entry rules for you to follow. Now in this video, I want to talk about all the instructions that come with my free trade signals, which you will need to take and follow. What's the difference? Well, rules are a specific set of defined regulations telling you what you can and cannot do in order to give you a winning edge trading Forex. Instructions, on the other hand, are further bits of information or directions that supplement the rules about how something should be done or followed. This past week was crazy and perhaps a bit confusing for some of you due to the further instructions I sent out after issuing the free trade signals. But the value in this lesson is how you react to my instructions. Let me add, they are critically important to your success. I've got to ask you now, are you a trader that can follow instructions with confidence? Or do you shy away and feel more cautious in your trading decisions? Okay, let's start with the video and let's take a look at this past week's trading signals. Okay, this is me right here. My name is Martin and I'm a proud Canadian trader. You can see that right down here below. And if you want to receive my free ABC Forex free trade signals without any obligation, there's no credit card to send, nothing at all. There's absolutely no obligation. They are free. You send me your email address to mskyj007@gmail.com. You can see that right here. And later on in the video, I'll give you some further information about that. So you would just send me your email letting me know that you want to receive the free trade signals. Okay, now before we start looking at this past week's trade signals, we're going to look at the charts. I'm going to show you the entry, the stop loss, the take profit levels and that. We always start with me giving you my humble disclaimer. You can read this and pause it if you want. My free signal service is an educational program only. I'm trying to teach you how to trade correctly and not give you any specific investment advice. It's your responsibility to evaluate the relevance of my advice and content. Don't blame me if you lose all your money. You probably weren't paying attention to what I'm teaching you and you're not following my instructions. Now, since we're trading with real money, only risk a maximum of 1% of your account balance. If you're a really good experienced trader, you can trade with a little bit more. That's up to you. And as always, for new traders or people watching this video for the first time, please trade on a demo account only for the next 2 or 3 months until you get the hang of my service and what I'm trying to offer, and if you can follow the instructions. So this is important why you can do this on your demo account. Okay, so let's take a look at this past week's trading activity. This past week, we're talking about July the 12th to the 16th, okay? And from the previous week, we had here, you can see from July the 8th, a carryover trade. It was kept open over the weekend. It was to buy Euro New Zealand. And I gave everyone the instructions to close the trade due to bank rates news. We're talking about the bank rate for the New Zealand dollar right here. So I did ask you to close the trade, and guys, this is part of my ongoing instructions, which you have to pay attention to. So if you didn't pay attention to this bit of news that I sent you, then your loss would have been a lot bigger than this. So with this news event and with me sending you the email with the further instructions, guys, we did limit the loss to only approximately 66 pips. So that's really good news there. Again, the most important thing in trading is to protect your money, and that's exactly what I did when I issued an special email alert telling you to close this trade. Okay, now, 2 actual trades for this week. You can see that right here. On July 14th, I sent out a free trade signal to buy the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar USCAD here. It was a huge winner for 86 pips, guys. It did reach our first take profit and went beyond our first take profit level right here of 86 pips. Okay, so that's good news there. And this trade is now still open as well over this current weekend. So on July 15th, I sent out another signal to buy the British pound Australian dollar. And again, we're keeping this open over the weekend as well. So right now we're not in a, right now it's basically at a break-even price, but I'm looking to see price can go higher over the week. Well, over the weekend, Sunday, Monday's trading. Okay, so we'll have to wait for the trading session to open up this week. And in total, over the past week, guys, you can see here, we won. So far we won approximately 20 pips. So when you take the win here of 86 pips, and that's so far, they're probably, I believe, price will still go higher than this. Okay, so when you take the loss, 66 pips from the win here, we end up with 20 pips. So still a winning week. Okay, and that's the main thing. Okay, so we're going to now take a look at the actual chart, guys. And the very first one is the buy Euro New Zealand. And again, this is part of the video where, it's important to understand my instructions. Okay, so we're going to look at all the instructions I normally send out with a signal, and then further instructions beyond the signal. So with this first trade, this was held over from, you can see that right here, July the 8th. Okay, and you can see right here, here is the email I sent out, guys. You take a look right here. These are part of my instructions, and you've got to follow them. So I do give you a buy entry. In this case, it was buy at 1.7038. You can see that right here. Okay, let me get another tool. There we go. There's the buy entry. Okay, and it was based on this signal right there. Okay, so here's the signal. At the close of that candle, I entered a buy trade of 1.7038. Okay, and then I give you the stop loss right here, guys. You can see the stop loss is 1.6694. First take profit target right here. Second take profit target right up here. So you can see price here really did not go anywhere after that big, huge white candle. The next day, price went down a bit, price went up, okay, and I did give you further instructions. So let's go on to another slide. And after issuing the buy trade, this is what happened, guys. Let me just take that off. Okay, so here then on July 13th, and again, this was a further set of instructions I sent you, and that's the lesson in this video. It says here there's an important news event for the New Zealand dollar later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The New Zealand bank rate, that was the news event. You can also check Forex factory calendar for all up-to-date information regarding all the currency pairs or the currencies and the important news that comes out for those countries. Okay, so anything can happen. This was my email message. Anything can happen, and for this reason, I'm asking you to close one position now in a loss. Okay, and this was at the right here, guys. Okay, on this right here, okay, at the open of this candle. So I asked you to close your one position if you had one, or both. It was up to you. And our entry was here, so we did limit our loss, guys. It wasn't a huge loss, but I kind of had a feeling that when the news came out later on at 10 o'clock, and that's what it says here, I had a feeling that the New Zealand dollar would plummet, okay, based on the news. The euro would plummet, because here, sorry guys, we're trading the euro against the New Zealand. So the euro would weaken. That's what I thought would happen against the good, positive New Zealand news on the bank rate, right? Okay. And so you can see indeed, price did come, the next day went from here all the way down to here and closed there. So instead of having a loss over here, we limited our loss. If you were reading and paying attention to my emails, okay, and that's part of the instructions, we would have limited the loss then to later on in the evening to about there, okay? Okay, so That was all in the information. Hopefully, most of you caught this bit of information. Okay, so basically, that was the important part of this lesson here. Just, I did send out the email. You guys need to follow the information, and you would have cut your loss short there. So we would have limited your loss. And again, congrats to all of you who did that. Okay, so by following the instructions, you did the right thing. Now, we go on to our next trade, guys. It was to buy USDICAD, the US against the Canadian dollar. Buy means that we're thinking that the US dollar is gaining strength. The Canadian dollar is getting weaker. And so here, guys, again, is the actual email I sent out, the buy entry. You can see that buy entry 125.09. Okay. And that was on July 13th. But then the news changes again. Okay. And I did send out an email on the next day. So again, this was the original from July 13th, my original signal to you. Let's take a look to see what happened the next day on July 14th, guys. There's an important news event for the Canadian dollar tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's the bank rate decision and a monetary policy report. The forecast is for the news announcement to be favorable for the Canadian economy. This will most likely cause the Canadian dollar to become very strong against the USD in the short term and produce a very large bearish candle, the opposite of what we want. So, in my news alert and my email later on, and by the way, after I sent the original, okay, here's the original, July 13th, and I sent this around somewhere between 6:30 and 7 p.m. in the evening, but later on in the evening, right here, guys, you can see at 12:34 a.m. in the morning. Some of you, depending on where you are in the world, would have gotten this email. Some of you here in the Western Hemisphere, meaning North America, you would have gotten this, maybe you would have gotten this. Others may have gotten it in the morning prior to this big move. And I want you to pay attention to this candle right here. Okay, so based on that news, price originally, let me just take that off. Price, you can see right here, originally went down all the way, but then came all the way back up. So in effect, I was worried that price would stay down, and that didn't happen. And then I sent out another news alert. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that slide in a second. So basically, after 10 o'clock in the morning and toward the close of that day on July the 14th, there was just a big doji with a big wick below that, meaning that there is now, it looked like price was going to continue going up in my original direction. So the original trade of the US CAD was valid. I sent out at the end of the day, a new buy signal, buy USD CAD. Here's the entry, 125.20. So I changed the entry just a bit higher to reflect the close of this candle. Okay. And the stop losses here, I give you the first take profit target, the second take profit target. You can see that here as well. So here is the entry right there at the close of this candle or the open of this candle. Here's the stop loss, guys. Here is the first take profit target. And you can see after I sent out the email, the new email trade signal, price went up indeed quite a bit. And the next day, and the last trading day of this week, it went up even higher. So we're just short of hitting the second take profit target. With this candle for sure, though, we did hit the first take profit target of 125.73. So congrats to all of you who took this trade signal after the bit of confusing news and my caution from thinking that the Canadian dollar was going to strengthen based on the good positive Canadian news. So the news was actually pretty good for Canada, but like I said, you can never predict where price is going to go. Okay, and that's why I issued a cancel the trade here. But then on this day, July 15th, I sent out a new signal with the same pair, buy the US Canadian dollar. You can see it went up. And by the way, when price goes up like that here, the next thing that you do, and it's part of the rules, okay, so this is the difference between the rules. Rules are is a defined template for giving you the winning edge, and you've got to adhere and obey the rules. And once price hit here with this candle, the first take profit level, you automatically move your stop up just a bit higher to above the original entry. The original entry is also known as the break even. So you would move your stop to just above the 1.22520. And I always suggest at least, well, depending on the volatility of the pair, but in this case, I would have been at least 10, 15 pips higher. Okay, so that is the US CAD, guys. Again, congrats for everyone who stuck with me, followed my instructions, okay, and paid attention, and you got into a trade and you made some money. And if you're still in the trade with your second position, I believe it's going to go higher. I believe it's going to go higher and hit at least our second take profit position or higher, and then probably reverse down because we're hitting pretty soon a resistance area. Okay, so let me just take that off the chart. And let's get on to the next slide. And this was the last trade signal. You can see my last signal I sent out on July the 15th. It was the buy British pound Australian dollar. And here's the details of the email I send you. So when you send me your email and let me know that you want to receive the free signals, I'll put you on a VIP list. And this is what you will receive in the evening. Or depending on where you are in the world, you will receive this email with all the instructions. It's really, really simple, guys. All you have to do is follow the instructions. Okay, and here I do give you the buy entry at 1.8613. So that was right there. Okay, 186.13. And that was the entry at the close of this candle. There's the signal. Okay. And I give you the stop loss. You see right here, 1.8476. The first take profit target right here, 1.8679, and then a second take profit target. I give you all of this information, and all you have to do is follow the instructions, and that's what this video is all about. Okay, so pay attention, follow the instructions. You guys are going to make money. Now, what happened here? Price after here, price actually went up. And I thought it was going to keep going up. It went down a bit, then closed right about here. So it's a bit of a doji. I call this a resting candle. And from here, I do believe that price is going to go higher, at least to the first take profit target, and possibly hit the second take profit target. So right now, guys, if you haven't done it already, put in your first take profit level of 1.8679, and over the trading of the very first day of this new session coming up this weekend, it'll open up Sunday evening after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that first trading session will include Monday's trading up to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I believe there could be some volatility here. Price could go up a lot higher, and that's what I believe. So keep this trade open. Okay, so right now we don't have any results, but just keep it open, and let's see what happens on Monday. Okay, so let's get right to our lesson, guys, and I want you to pay attention. Okay, and here we have someone on a megaphone. Okay, this is me when I was younger. Only kidding, guys, only kidding. But yeah, I was probably pretty cute like this. Anyways, important news alert. That's one reason for me when I send out further instructions. But guys, this is so important. You need to follow my instructions regardless of how I send them out, like either with the free trade signal or later on in the day or a supplemental email. Just pay attention. When you do follow my instructions and how you're going to develop as a really good trader, so your results when you follow my instructions will be closer to mine. Okay, because remember, and especially for the new people watching this video for the first time, I take all of the signals I send out. So for every time I send out a signal, I'm taking the trade as well at the same time I send out the signal, right? Okay, so when you follow my instructions, your results will be closer to mine. When you don't follow my instructions and you alter the instructions in some way, your results may be skewed or different or a lot different to mine, okay? So pay attention to my instructions and just follow them. Next, you will avoid critical mistakes because the more you follow my instructions, the more you will keep on the right narrow path to success. And myself, because I'm taking, and not only am I taking my own signals, I follow my own instructions as well, guys. And so I've got you at heart. I'm always looking after you. I want you guys to do the best, and so you're going to avoid critical mistakes. You will also learn to be more disciplined and abide by the rules, right? Now remember, in last week's video, I gave you the trade entry rules. So you may want to go back and review them, right? But when you learn to take my instructions, you will be more disciplined and you will abide by the overriding rules. And again, this will lead to results which will be similar to mine. Next, you will lessen the role of your own analysis. And that's something I discussed last week as well, last week's video. Try to avoid overanalyzing or using your own analysis theories or technical indicators or price pattern recognition, or whatever you were doing in the past. Most likely you were not successful, so you need to change. Just follow my instructions. Keep trading really simple, guys, and avoid trying to do too much work. Try not to think. And guys, this is really going to help not only in your trading success, but your stress levels will decrease or be kept in check. Okay, and that's the whole reason for me offering you my free trade signals. I want you to lower your stress levels. You don't have to think about trading in a complicated manner. Just follow my instructions, guys, and you're going to be okay. And then finally, you will get my timely news alerts that may impact trading decisions. So for this past week, like I said, it was a crazy trading week. I offered several times some extra emails to you that I sent, and again, they mostly concerned the bank rate decisions, which and partially I have to admit it's my fault for not checking ahead, but normally you can find all these very important bank rate news alerts on Forex Factory calendars, guys. I've talked about this in the past, so you can always check Forex Factory calendar for any upcoming news events that could impact price. Okay, I normally don't pay too much attention to most of the economic news, but I do feel that the most important news which you need to follow are the bank rate decisions and bank rate policies. Okay, so and this past week we had the New Zealand dollar, we had the Canadian dollar, we had the Japanese yen, I believe. These were all bank rate decisions that impacted price for this week, and I tried to keep abreast of it. I tried to warn you about these, and so that was the reason, not only for my my special emails to you this week, which included these instructions and for you to close down the trades and so on and so forth. But it's important that you understand that you need to follow my instructions. Okay, so that basically covers the lesson, guys. We're coming to an end. If you want to receive my free trade signals, send me your email address. I'll put you on a VIP list, and you can send it to, right here you can see, to mskyj007@gmail.com. Again, it's mskyj007@gmail.com. Now, you need to send me your email address because I only send out the free signals by email. I don't use any social media. I don't use Telegram. I don't, don't send out signals any other way. I may change that in the future, but for now, I'm just sending out simply by email. So when you send me your email, tell me your name. Just be courteous. Give me your name. Also, tell me what part of the world you're from. Okay, I'm just curious. And I thank you very much. And again, I will put you on my VIP list and you're going to get my next free trade signal. So with that said, guys, bye for now. Cheers from Canada. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the like button. Really, I'm asking all of you to hit the like button if you are getting some good, valuable information and you want me to continue with the free trade signals. So hit the like, send me a comment. I will get back to you hopefully within 24 hours. And guys, that's it. Take care. All the best. And hopefully, no matter where you are in the world, the COVID is going away, that you've got it under control. And we'll look forward to you at the next video. Take care. Bye for now.